Okay, post-secondary enrollment options. I mean, we oftentimes hear that these are fabulous, right? Isn't that obvious? And I think sometimes they can be fabulous. But are you going to get what you think you're going to get with them? Let me give you an example. And what I'm going to tell you here, do not take my word for any of this. I want you to go get from your university the course, the major you're interested in. Go get the plan of study and read it and see if what I'm telling you is going to be correct. This is a plan of study for a program at a university near me where a lot of students go, and a lot of them have this major. This happens to be a 5-year major, but all this works for a 4-year major as well. And I'm not picking on this university, and in fact, I think their program is very good. I took my own daughter to see their program at this major in this program because I thought it was worth looking at. And this way that the universities handle this is all similar to what this university does. They all do the same things and have the same procedures. Okay, so you may be thinking, well, I'm going to take AP and post-secondary enrollment options. I'll take dual enrollment. I'll take online classes. I'll do all this, and I'll cut way to the front of the line, and I'll cut a year or two off my college education. Now, this can happen. I've known it to happen once, really, out of all the situations that I've seen. In that particular situation, the student more or less, well, not more or less, just basically didn't go to the high school and was enrolled at the college where they were going to graduate from. So this can happen, but you pretty much are giving up your high school career to do it, and it's not for everybody. So what do they do with this? Well, let's say you are convinced that you're going to get a few years out of this, and in this particular college you'd go to 5th term and go to a co-op for engineering. Well, there's something that you maybe don't know about, and that is this course has a prerequisite. Well, for one thing, there's 128 hours in this program. Okay, you have to have 128 hours, not counting the co-ops in this program, to graduate. And that your major, your college, it will have a similar requirement. You get to the end, and you add up all those hours, and you find out that it's that 128. It's not all the other courses you took in your post-secondary enrollment options, which may surprise you. Now, you might know that. You might say, well, yeah, I've looked into this. I understand that. You're preaching to the choir here. I understand that I need to take these courses. So you say, okay, well, I will take. You spend a lot of time. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, you may take like 12 hours of courses, 30 hours of courses, 36 hours of courses, and find out only 12 or 3 or maybe none apply to those 128 hours because you need to have those courses. And that you're not getting very far with that. And you might say, well, I know that. I've got that figured out. Or I'm looking at this advanced. I won't do that. I won't take prehistoric basket weaving or something like that. I will pick AP courses that apply to that major. I will take online courses that are part of that 128. So if we go back here, I'll take general chemistry somehow. I will take college composition. I will take calculus. I'll get all of this out of the way. Well, the universities still have you in a box because they have prerequisites. And those prerequisites are on a schedule. And you need to keep your scholarship that we're assuming that you're going to have, so you got to take hours. So let me explain what I mean. If you go to take this co-op experience, you can't take it during this 7th term, without taking this co-op experience in the 5th term, You may say, I don't have co-ops. Okay, but they'll do a similar thing. And you can't take that without taking this professional development course in second term. And you can't take that and because of prerequisites until you take this prerequisite course in the first term, which is an orientation course. These courses didn't exist 30 years ago. The universities made them to make everybody come in on this ground level. So no matter, you can't transfer this orientation course in. It's specific to this university. It doesn't matter which university you go to. They will have created one for your major that you have to take, and you have to take it when you first get there. And it's prerequisites to everything else. Now you might think, well, that's all right, because I can take my other course, this is all I got to take, I can jam that in with others. Well, there's two reasons that doesn't happen. One, you have a scholarship, let's presume, and your scholarship requires that you take so many hours. So even though you may have taken AP chemistry in a college and calculus at another campus or as AP, and an English course somewhere else, you still have to fill your schedule and take this. So you have to, at that university, take some other course and some other course and some other course to keep your scholarship, to keep the full student status, full-time student status. Now you may say, oh well, I can get around that, I bet, because you've got these prerequisites. I'll just bang them right on top of each other. I'll take them at the same time or one right after the other. Aha. But the universities have a plan for that because what they're trying to do is get you to go for 4 years. So what they've done then is they've made it scheduling-wise where you can't do it. They'll offer like this prerequisite here in the fall, and this prerequisite, let's say, in the fall. And then we'll have it rigged in there somewhere to where you're trapped in this, where you can only take this in the fall, and then you have to take courses to be a full-time student, and you can't take this prerequisite again until the fall, let's say, until you can get in the schedule. So they've got you locked and trapped due to scheduling and prerequisites to where you are in there, no matter how many hours you have taken. And okay, so let's go on here. Now, once the universities figured out students were coming in with extra credits, they're like, we've got to be able to get our money. So they created that prerequisite system. And they've got you trapped in for 4 years. So another thing is talk to your university and find out, will you take these hours from the, if you want to go to Snob University and you take a bunch of courses at Redneck Tech, and you go in there thinking, gee, are they going to take these courses? And you talk to them and they're like, sure, we'll take them. We'll take all your courses. You got 60 hours, sure, we'll take that. That'll count. You're going in with enough hours to be a junior. We'll take that. Why would they do that? Because won't that cost them money? The courses you're not taking? Oh no, they don't mind giving you all the hours that you asked for. That's good PR. Because they still have you. They've created these survey courses, these orientation courses that you have to have that are prerequisites for other courses. So they have got you taking other courses instead to keep your scholarship, and they've got you trapped in this system either way. So they don't care about giving you 12 hours or 20 hours or 30 hours because they still have you paying for 4 years. Okay? So they don't have a problem with that. The hours you earned aren't applying towards those 128 you need in your program to graduate probably. And even if they are, they've got you with those orientation courses. So it doesn't cost them a dime to give you all the hours. As a matter of fact, if you look at it, they've now got you trapped into a system where you're going 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and they've got you paying for a year or two of courses ahead of that. Now, maybe that university doesn't. If you're going to Snob University and you're transferring the credits from Redneck Tech, they're still not giving you anything, but they're educating other students. They're going somewhere else, transferring those hours out. So the universities are now being able to charge students for 5 and 6 years rather than just 4. And this is one of the reasons the cost to get a college education has skyrocketed. They know they've got you for 4 years, plus they're together, all of them basically have colluded to where they're getting more education out of you. Now, I'm not saying that's all bad. It's just you need to understand the system. The university will never tell you that you can graduate in less years if they know what they're doing. You'll never hear a university rep saying that because they know that's not true. And they will never tell you that you're going to save money because they know that's not true. However, what they will do is if you're in a room full of people, let's say at a high school or somewhere, and the university representative is there, and your principal and your guidance counselor is there, and teachers are there, parents are there, students are there, and somebody says, well, this is a great thing. This is good. I've been in a science fair where somebody used to give presentations on it. Give a presentation on what a great thing this was and how much money you were going to save. The university rep will just let you say that. They will smile politely. They're not going to correct you. And they'll let everybody in the room believe that what they heard was just correct. They won't say it themselves, but they'll let you believe it. So why would the colleges want this? Because they've created a system where now they're getting 5 or 6 years of tuition. Well, why would a high school want it? And that's a good question. The students ask that question. Well, high schools are under a lot of pressure to be responsive to what the public wants. And if 2/3 of the public thinks this is a great idea, then you have to offer it, and all the other schools around you have to offer it. And you have to go along with this program that it's a great thing, and it can be. I'm not saying it isn't. You just need to know what you're getting. So that's why the schools are in it. And sometimes, I've known educated, intelligent teachers that I respected, and my kids loved them, and they did a great job, that thought this was the greatest thing since sliced cheese, and that it was always a good thing. And you couldn't convince them of what was going on behind the scenes with the university. So why would parents all want it? Well, one thing, it's kind of bragging rights, really. Parents, they want their kid to be involved in the next greatest thing that the other kids are involved in. You want to think that your kid is getting an edge. You want to think that your kid is saving money. Why would the students want it? Well, they're convinced they're going to save money and go in less than 4 years. The college knows that they are going in as a sophomore. The college will never say, they will tell you correctly that you are going in as a sophomore or as a junior. That is true. They will tell you that, and it is absolutely true. Now you might say, well, let's assume this is all true. What's that going to hurt? Hey, it's free anyway. Well, it isn't free. It does cost, and it might even cost you some, commuting and all of that. But I would argue that it's going to keep you from getting the help you need in your high school courses. For instance, in my courses in high school, I can give the students some background in certainly more chemistry than they would get beyond just the general chemistry. They could take a second chemistry course. CAD, I've taught CAD courses. I will include some calculus in my physics courses. Physics, we can do report writing, the science technical report writing I have done. Physics courses. If you're in more calculus, if you're in even some differential equations, mechanics, circuits, all of these things I can give you some background in high school that will help you in your college courses where you won't have to work so hard. So that is another perspective. And lastly, do not take my word for this. Go onto your college, pull up a plan of study and a calendar, and you map out what you have to take when, and see if you're going to graduate in less than 4 years. Very rarely do students graduate in less than 4 years because of this system.